everyone, it's KIREI here for Hey Little Magpie, and I have a brand new layout using the Eco Park Born to Travel collection. It's probably one of the slightly older collections in the shop, but I was looking for something travel related and a bit brighter, and this absolutely fitted the bill. So I am using this map background. It's in a pale blue. The paper is called Postcard. And then I'm just cutting a circle piece, not a full circle, but just a circle piece because I'm going to use that in the top left corner. And of course, as always, I am distressing the edges. I just never keep anything completely flat. I just like that little bit of extra texture that you get. So I'm going to stick this down, and then that will be effectively my background for my photos. And I have 8 photos that I'm going to use. And they're actually from our US trip last year in May. And I still have a few layouts that I'm wanting to scrap. I've got them on a list and I add to my list all the time. Whenever there's an event, a holiday, a day out, or, whatever it might be. Of photos I've got that I actually want to get scrapped. And then I just sort of look at it every time I need to do a layout and I'm working with different collections and I figure out, well, which ones are going to work. So these have been sitting there for a while actually, and I thought I just needed something a little bit brighter. I felt to scrap these photos, so this was the perfect collection for it. So so I'm using the red pattern paper. This it's red hearts. It's called See the Sights Plaid. And then I've also used the blue, which is called Born to Travel Elements. It's got blue arrows all over it. And I've used that to back my 2 photo strips. And then I'm pulling in the ephemera here, and I'm just having a play with where things are going to sit. And I have to say, to be honest, this came together really, really easily for me. Usually I'll fiddle around and faff with, where things are going to go and what have you. And actually it worked really, really well. I was just really happy with it. I just liked the way the clusters were working. There's a good mix of icons, words, banners, and things like that. And then I've also got the cardstock stickers, which I'm bringing in now. So I'm going to pull in I think I just used 3 of the cardstock stickers, the floral, the backpack, and there's a camera. And what you can see me doing there is just de-stickering the back of them so that I can curve them up rather than them being, sticking flat to the layout. So I've played around here with where the clusters are going to go, and then once I'm happy, I can get things stuck down. So my photos, I'm just adding some foam tape to the top edges and I'll keep the bottom edges flat. And I was talking about my photos before and I didn't actually say what they were, but actually they were we did the trip to the US, we took in 3 cities. So we did Nashville, Memphis and New Orleans. And these are actually from Memphis. And we went to visit the Stax Museum of American Soul Music. And effectively, it's on the site of the original Stax recording studio. So artists like Otis Redding recorded here. He was probably their biggest star. I mean, he recorded Dock of the Bay, which is obviously a really big hit. I certainly know. I'm sure most of you do. But it was really home to the sort of 1960s, 1970s soul and rhythm and blues, and it was really, really interesting. So we really enjoyed our trip there. So I was just needing collection that was right to be able to scrap these. Okay, so now I'm happy with everything. I obviously worked out where things were going and I'm getting them stuck down now. So some of the pieces I will just curve the edges up and add some glue to the center, but some of them I will raise on foam pads like the Born to Travel sign there that I have. That will be almost my title, if you like, because you'll see why I don't really add a specific title. The frame, the little plaid frame at the top there, the scalloped edge one, I've just cut in half so that I can use it on another corner piece. I probably should have added it at the bottom right corner of the photos, but I didn't think about it until I'd got my other elements stuck down, so that's okay. Okay, so I'm just bringing that cluster over on the left there with the flower piece. So I'm just really liking, I'm just trying to make sure I've got a bit of a balance of the red, the blue and the greens in each of my clusters, or at least, you know, mix of the colours. I've got this little travel notes journaling card, and I'm just chucking that under there, and that's where I'll add my journaling. And then I've got a few of these little banners here that I'm just going to layer up to the right. And then one thing I do off camera that I didn't video because it was totally after I'd sort of finished everything. I did bring out the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit for March, and there were loads of like green elements that actually worked really, really well. So you will see in the final photos what I added. I added a large flare badge with love on it, a little fabric, little sort of embroidered green flower, and a green acrylic heart. So they will be added, but you'll see those in the close-ups. Okay, so I'm still working through getting everything stuck down. I'm nearly there. Um, just getting that backpack. I kept going. Which way does it sit? Which way? Anyway, yeah, I get there eventually. Thankfully, that little let's go gets tucked in underneath, and then I think I'm. Yeah. Oh, I've got some of the adhesive brads actually. I'm not sure that there's any more available in the shop. The regular brads are still available. Enamel dots are still available. So yeah, but I'm just adding those. I've got Go See Do that I use across the layout, and then there's some small plain brads that I use as well. I've got the little geotag that I add in at the top. Then I felt like I needed something else in that bottom corner. Ah, that's right. I did this off camera because it took ages. Well, not ages, but it's a bit fiddly. And I do actually stick the alphas down with glue because I find sometimes they pop off. So I just wanted to create a border around that circle. So I've just added the words Stax Recording Studio, Memphis, Tennessee, Soul, Blues, Music. So I felt like that was that sort of emphasized all the colors. So I'm now creating this bottom right cluster because I needed something there. I was going to do a strip along the bottom. I wasn't sure whether I was going to tear a piece off, but I'd rather like just adding, replicating sort of part of the circle background at the on the bottom right. And then I'm just bringing in a few of the ephemera pieces, the little glasses from the adhesive brads, and a couple of the circular brads I'll add as well. And then I'm pretty much done, other than obviously adding my journaling. So I think the final layout is coming up in just a moment. There we go. Okay, and then with the close-ups, you will see those pieces from the Hey Little Magpie March embellishment kit that I've added. There's that love flare badge there, and then there's the fabric, the flower, and I think there's the acrylic, the green acrylic heart. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this process video. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.